Hello, and welcome to an empath's journey. This is going to be the first of my totally true empath stories in which I actually learned, some of them I learned that I had these gifts, that I had these abilities, and given kind of the situation of my Christian family and how deep and they believed, it wasn't something that I could really explore and let my light shine about it. Now, for the most part, those people are gone, unalived. And so now I have felt free to really actually learn about my abilities, learn how to use them, and not be ashamed. It is who I am, and there's no reason to be ashamed about that. So anyway, this is going to be my very first story, and it is really where I finally, I would say the first time that I went into a totally wow moment of, did that really just happen? Are you serious? Anyway, what happened was, I would say this about, it's 20 plus years ago. At the time, I did have a husband. I do not anymore. That's a different story. I was in bed. I was dreaming. And what I was dreaming was that my cousin, who at the time I would see approximately, probably 2 times max a year. When we were little, we hung around a lot more. She is, I think about 3 or 4 years older than me, so not a lot. But I knew that she was pregnant with her first baby, a boy, and I honestly had no clue when she was, scheduled to give birth. It wasn't, I mean, it was just when she went into labor sort of thing. It wasn't induced or anything like that. I didn't even know what month or like an approximate time period. But I had dreamed that she had the baby and she was sitting there holding it. And it was so vivid in my mind. I woke up, I sat straight up. My now ex-husband asked me, "What is wrong?" But I was smiling and I was like, "Nothing's wrong." I reached over him and grabbed the phone for the old people. It was a landline, but it was, a non-plugged in landline, if you know what I'm talking about. So I grabbed a phone and I called up the hospital that, well, I was kind of pretty sure she would probably be at. I wasn't positive because she lives out in the country and it's kind of equidistant to several different hospitals. But the one that I thought was actually had a kind of a specialty portion of the hospital that I called for labor and delivery. So anyway, I called them up and I simply just said, do you have insert her name here. Well, actually, I think I just said, can I speak to, we'll just call her Jane. So I said, can I speak with Jane Smith? And the person on the other end of the phone, the operator for the hospital, she said, just one second, let me look here. And I was waiting, and I was like, this is going to be funny, because they're going to say, there's nobody here by that name. And she said, okay, let me just connect you there. And I was like, no way. And actually, my cousin answered the phone. Believe it or not, my cousin answered the phone in her room where she had the baby. No freaking way. And she sounded so tired. Of course she sounded tired. I mean, come on. And she said, yeah, did my mom call you? And I was like, no, nobody called me. I had a dream. And she was kind of like, what? she wasn't quite sure what, she was like, oh, because she is one of those that is very Christian. But anyway, I was like, well, do you mind? Can I come visit? Can I come see? See the baby real quick? Because it was like I don't know. It was in my same city where I was living at the time. And she said, sure, come on down. And so I showered, got dressed, and headed over to the hospital. And, they're doing things with the baby and whatnot. So I kind of sat around with some other family members that were there for the same thing. And finally, it was my time to go in and see Jane, her husband, and the baby. This was their first child, and he was absolutely adorable, cute as a button, and I just kept, kind of like in a weird deja vu type of state, when I would look at the baby and look at her and just think, this was in my dream. What? And so anyway, it's kind of interesting that from that time, I've in the later years of being here and needing help, basically, with some things going on in my life. She has been one of the essential people that really came through and really, I would count her almost as a soul sister, probably. And the fact that she will go anywhere and do pretty much anything for anybody. And she's just great. And I'm glad that was definitely one of my first times that I actually realized that I had something there, that I had a gift. And so since then, I have been on track, mostly in some of the things that's happened the last couple of years, after some of those people that were very, very Christian have now, passed on unalived. I have felt more free, and I live more free. I study more freely. I'm getting, into different ways and things that I can actually use my gift, see where it'll go to, see how far it will expand. And at the point, pretty much lately, I started realizing that I actually had this gift as a child. I was an empath. I was quite a deep feeling empath at the time. And of course, I didn't know it, and I didn't know how to turn it off. So, anyway, I believe that's going to be my story number 2, the story from childhood. So I hope you join me for that one when it's posted next. And I really thank you for stopping by today and listening to me. I hope you really enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, please leave them down below in the comment area. I would love for you to hit that like button on the way out. Make sure you're subscribed. Share if you can, and definitely hit that notification bell so that you can know when I've posted something new. I'm going to try to post several, 2, 3, maybe more times a week. That's my plan. So anyway, I'm going to say goodbye with that one for today. And you have a great day, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.